This also shot over 29 days, which that's not a long shoot.
Not at all.
This. Yeah, that's a gnarly. Wow. They didn't sleep. Oh, jeez Louise. And they also had to shoot it at night. But you know what their big problem was? I don't know if you remember this. Night fell at 10. So this is another stressful thing. So it shot for 29 days. But the problem was where they were at. Night fell at 10:30 p.m., which means they started at 9 p.m. and they had to cut at 5 a.m. because that's when the sun started coming up. So the hours out there were all out of sort. So they also had, like, it's pretty interesting, right? Like, sometimes it gets dark at 6 and then it stays for 12 hours. They did not have many hours to shoot at night. So they had to pack them all in about 7 hours, which is nuts.
That's why they're going so fast.
What a stressful shoot. Oof. Man. Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of like, they didn't have money though for gigantic soft boxes. They didn't have money for all, like they had to use headlamps outside on cars. They had to use, I don't know. I love it. Sorry. I just keep saying I love it, but I just think this is a neat movie, man. I'm glad you joined me to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this too.
Right.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah. Chainsaw Crew.
Chainsaw Crew. I'm excited about this. Did you have a hard time fighting chainsaws?
Yeah. So when I started this, I originally thought there's going to be chainsaws everywhere. We're going to be able to find so many, because I immediately conjured up 4 or 5 of them. But you know our list. Like I wanted to find some funky ones outside of the regular, because you and I might have just picked the same 5. So I started going deeper into chainsaws, and there's not too many. There's definitely a niche chainsaw market, but yeah, I didn't find many. What about you?
Same. I had a difficult time. There's about 5 that everyone knows of and like 2 that everyone talks about. But I started to like having to get real deep to get stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So you want to start? I'll let you go first.
Well, I went first last time. If you feel like you wanna get this advantage.
All right. So you might hate me, but I'm picking John McKenna from Forest Warrior.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, all right. Here's the thing. I'll consider it. I mean, we're going to have to cheat a little bit from chainsaw fights. We're more of a chainsaw crew. But there's a lumberjack or an arborist cutting down a tree. And Chuck Norris with his bare hands stops it.
Who may or may not be an immortal spirit.
Yeah, it is glorious and it's amazing. And I had to pick it number 1.
Okay. I'm going to pick a crazy number 1. So in my research, I found out about this movie called Tiger on Beat, or Tiger on the Beat, and it stars Chow Yun-fat. And it is a martial arts film that the final battle is 2 guys fighting with chainsaws, and it is insane. It's the craziest chainsaw fight I've ever seen. And while people may not know about it, I'm picking it as my number 1.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm surprised people didn't die.
They did some like clever editing in the fight scene where they clearly the chainsaws were off and they cut real quickly to something else that they were like, so they didn't look like they were, swinging from the air with chainsaws.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's, man, that's dangerous. And I love it. That's so cool. You showed me that clip and it made my day.
It's so good. Definitely share it on the Facebook feed.
I'm going to go with Buzzsaw from The Running Man.
That's great.
Because he catches a chainsaw from the groin up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do. That is real good.
I mean, that's a gnarly oof. But, I like that a villain gets his chainsaw taken from him and used against him. So that's my number 2. Who's your number 2?
So my number 2, again, I'm way abreast in this, is Phantasm 2.
Oh, yeah.
There is a chainsaw fight scene at the end. That's very good. It's much, much better than I thought it was going to be. I'm also picking it because I love Phantasm 1. It's one of the most surreal, strange movies I've ever seen, and I highly recommend it.
People love those movies.
Yeah.
I think they're great.
Yeah, they're weird. Don't get me wrong. They're quite something, but I really like the first one.
Oh, I dig it. No, that's a perfect one. All right. So my third one is Finn from Sharknado.
Nice.
So he gets swallowed by a shark, and he saws a shark in half one time, and he chainsaws his way out of a shark at the end. Chainsaws play a major role in the first Sharknado.
Don't they get like an award called the Golden Chainsaw or something? Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I had to do that. That's my pick.
No, I think that's great. All right, so we've been dancing around this one. I think Ash from the Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The question though is Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness.
So obviously the iconic groovy line in the first one, and that you learn about how he got the chainsaw on his hand. But Army of Darkness, dude, he catches it on his hand and he's swinging it around, and it's part of his character. I mean, it's just so. This is tough. It's up to you, man. You pick.
I think Army of Darkness is the correct choice. It is always the correct choice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's perfect. I love it. I mean, yeah. You can't argue against that. All right, so I'm gonna go Red from Dead Snow.
Nice.
Now, have you watched Dead Snow 1 or 2?
I've seen Dead Snow 1, but it was a long time ago.
So at the end, it's two guys, and they just fight zombie Nazis with a chainsaw and some other weapons, and they just chainsaw the crap out of zombie Nazis.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I think my number 5.
Wait, number 4.
Number 4. Oh yeah, number 4. My number 4. I am going to pick a character from a series that you'd be surprised with. So I am going to pick Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but not Leatherface.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, the sheriff with the 2 mini chainsaws.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
TCM2, right?
Yeah. That's just so crazy.
And he's shopping for them with 2 mini ones. It's beautiful.
And
Dennis Hopper chainsaws.
He has like holsters for him.
Just, I love it. This Dennis Hopper, man, with take my money. Take my money and keep it. I love it. All right. All right. I gotta go. All right. I guess we have to take Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Yeah, I think you do. Absolutely.
I was going to add Joanna from Overboard, but I decided not to. There's also Scarface, there's Hostel, Machine Girl. But, I mean, that when he just drops the chainsaw on her, like, that's such an iconic moment. We have to have that scene in there.
Yeah, that's an excellent choice.
Yeah.
So, my final one is, I think it's out of left field, but I think encapsulates what we found while doing this research. And the main thing was we had a hard time finding chainsaws, and also maybe the chainsaw like baddies that you remember from your childhood, like Jason having a chainsaw, doesn't exist. So I'm going to pick Christmas Vacation.
Oh.
Because Clark Griswold comes out with a hockey mask and a chainsaw.
He chops down a giant tree.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that. That's an iconic chainsaw scene. And
it
tree.
Is.
You see my trees whenever I get them. People are always saying that's the, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, but people are like saying I get Christmas Vacation trees. So you gotta chop them down. I love that. It's interesting how characters' weapons get confused.
Yeah. I'm really interested in why you would think that Jason had a chainsaw. His whole thing is that he's mostly silent and a chainsaw is loud.
That would really wreck the.
Yeah.
Like Leatherface thrives on the noise.
Yeah. He's chaotic.
Yeah. Jason's just he's just a teleporting weirdo.
Teleporting stalker.
Yeah. An axe thrower, if the reboot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
All right. We got to keep. So I like 3 of your 5 that I want in the list.
Oh, okay. What are those?
I know we normally would pick. I'll pick 1 first, but we got to have Dennis Hopper with the 2 chainsaws.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this list would be incomplete if we did not include Ash.
Oh yeah, needs Ash. I mean, we got to. What about John McKenna? He doesn't exactly fight with he stops a chainsaw, so we probably shouldn't include him, right?
Not unless you're fighting another chainsaw crew. So if 2 chainsaw crews fought each other, he would be able to instantly neutralize one of them because he can grab the chainsaw.
So what do you think? Should we pick John McKenna?
I'm on the fence with him. I think. Go ahead.
Gotta do Bateman.
Okay, I think Bateman's a better choice. You're right. Yeah. Okay.
Because that's more of an iconic. He uses the chainsaw.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision.
All right.
I'm gonna pick the one that I sent you, Tiger on Beat, because it's so crazy, and it's probably the best chainsaw scene I've seen, and I think we would do a disservice if we didn't tell people about this.
Oh yeah, people got to know. People definitely got to know about Tiger on Beat. What a crazy scene. What a gnarly moment. All right, so we have. All right, so you know what then? Let's pick Finch from Sharknado because he Sharknadoed sharks in half. He chainsawed his way out of a shark. I mean, I'm impressed with these guys, but none of them have done that.
Yeah. It's also the most recent one, the newest, the newest film on our list. So it'd be nice.
I mean, people love those chainsaw scenes in that movie. So I kind of like giving him that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we have, we didn't include any of the Tokyo Gore Police or Machine Girl.
Yeah. So I had a hard time finding video of that to confirm they'd had chainsaws. I absolutely think that chainsaws exist in this world, but I just can't find the video. I don't know.
I think our crew's strong nonetheless.
Yeah, I do too. I think we're okay without them.
I mean, people read this, they're going to like it.
Yeah. With two other ones we left off, Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. The woman fights Jason with a chainsaw versus machete. It's an okay scene. It's nice to see. And then one that you told me about, Doom.
Oh, yeah, with when he gets superpowered.
Yep.
When Carl Urban gets powered. But it's such a brief moment, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's not on there.
I think we picked some pretty iconic chainsawers here.
I agree.
I like it. All right, this was fun, man. Any other final thoughts? What are we doing next?
So I think we are going to do The Mummy next.
Yes, we are. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait.
I am very excited. I am a Brendaholic.
Man, I can't wait to watch that again. I'm a Rachel Weisz stan.
We're going to have another podcast. I just love this film. And then just list everything you love about it.
Yeah. Top 200 things we love about The Mummy and just read the list. Oh, man. That'll be fun. I can't wait. So, dude, thank you for joining me to talk about Mandy.
Thanks so much.
All right, this was good. So, for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for David Cross, this is Movie Some of the Flicks. We'll see you next week.